Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine at home. Okay, again, today's class will be the last class in this year, isn't it? 2020. So, after this, you are going to write the exam. Here, I have completed around 12 lessons. Okay, so better see all the problems how to do because many problems only will be coming for you. Okay, today I don't want to waste time because I have to complete the last portion of this lesson, the third part, balance sheet. Okay, we have studied the trading and profit and loss account, and this one, the second part of the final account is the balance sheet. So this balance sheet and trading and profit and loss account is prepared with the help of trial balance, isn't it? In the trial balance, all the ledger account balances will be given. So there in the ledger accounts, it contains the three types of accounts: personal accounts, real accounts, and nominal accounts. So all the nominal accounts have been entered in those two accounts, trading and profit and loss account. Okay, so now the balances of the personal accounts and the real accounts will be entered in the balance sheet. Okay, personal accounts and real account balances will be entered in the balance sheet. Here, this it is a balance sheet. It is not an account. Okay, it is not an account, and so it does not have to and by only. So, but it has two sides. Okay, it has two sides. It is the right hand side is called assets. Here we use two papers. Okay, to both the side, the right side, asset side, we have to enter all the assets. The left hand side is called liabilities. Okay, so when we write all the assets, then we will learn the kinds of assets, kinds of liabilities. Okay, so when we add the both the side, it will get the same balance. Okay, same balance we will get. So if we get the same balance, okay, we can conclude that our calculations are correct. But if it does not get tally, then that means that we have made some error somewhere. Okay, and it is prepared at the end of the uh, financial period, at the date. Okay, at the end of the date on a particular day. Okay, accounting year. At the end of the accounting year, we are preparing this balance sheet. Okay, and what is the need for preparing this balance sheet? What we can find out? We know the financial position. From the beginning we are learning, isn't it? The financial position can be ascertained from the balance sheet. Okay, the true financial position. And here, then another need, we can compare the different items in the assets and liabilities. That means current assets with the current liabilities we can compare. Okay, whether our with our items or other organizations items or with the previous year items, we can compare the financial statements. Comparability can be made with the help of balance sheet. Okay, then one more, they can analyze analyze the solvency position, maybe the short term solvency or the long term solvency or the liquidity position. Liquidity means the paying capabilities, paying back the amount of trade payables. Okay, that liquidity position. Or converting into cash. What are the current assets can be converted? And current liabilities, how can we pay back, whether the current assets are enough to pay back the current liabilities. Okay, here the solvency, long-term solvency ratio, whether the fixed assets are enough to pay back the long-term liabilities. So that can be assessed from this, or analyzed and assessed from the financial position, that means from the balance sheet. Okay, then what are the features or characteristics of a balance sheet? So first we have studied that balance sheet, it is a statement and it is not an account. Okay, so to and by, debit side we will write to and credit side we will write by. This will not appear in the balance sheet. Okay, only the assets name will be entered and liabilities name will be entered, but it does not have that to on the debit side, by on the credit side. Okay, then the second point, here it is a summary of personal and real account, not the nominal account, because nominal accounts have been written in the trading and profit and loss account. Okay, this debit balance will be entered in the asset side and all the credit balances will appear on the liability side. Okay, then here it will get tally, because we follow the accounting equation. What is the accounting equation? Asset is equal to capital plus liabilities. That is what entered. Okay, assets we will enter all the assets. Here liabilities we will enter capital and liabilities. So it will be equal. Okay, because we follow the dual aspect concept. Okay, dual aspect concept only the accounting equation arises. Okay, and it is prepared not for the accounting period at the end of on a particular date. Okay, on a date we prepare at the end of the accounting year. Okay, 31st March, as on 31st March 2018 we will write. Okay, for the year ending we will not write. Okay, it will start as on balance sheet as on one date. Okay, so it is prepared on a particular date. Then it shows the financial position of the concern, because it follows the going concern concept. Because going concern concept only we for the fixed assets we will calculate a particular percentage as depreciation and will be deducted and shown, and in the same way we will show we will deduct some percentage as provision for doubtful debts. That is deducted because of this concept, going concern concept. Now how to group the, here two words you have to write, grouping and marshalling of assets and liabilities. So here grouping means we know grouping of same items under one head. Okay, one head. For example, current assets. Then we will write almost all the current assets there. Okay, for example, cash in hand, cash at bank, sundry debtors, closing stock. Okay, investments, all will be grouped one heading. Then other one we will write all the fixed assets. Okay, the asset side. Then their long-term liabilities, current liabilities. Okay, that is called grouping of items in the balance sheet. Then what is this marshalling of marshalling? Here, what is the meaning marshalling? It is the arrangement of various assets in a proper order. Okay, assets and liabilities will be written in order. Okay, here this order is again classified into two. Okay, either in the liquidity order. Liquidity order means which asset can be converted easily into cash. That means the current asset will be written first. Okay, then at last we will write the fixed asset. Okay, fixed asset. But in the order of permanence, another one, order of permanence. If we write in permanence order, that just opposite of this one. Okay, liquidity order we can convert into cash. Here cash in hand will be started first, isn't it? That is the first one. Then cash at bank, then investments, then closing stock, sundry debtors. Okay, bills receivable. In that order we will write. Here the permanence, the first it will come fixed assets. There in the fixed asset also the most permanent form is the goodwill. We cannot convert that one into cash, isn't it? We cannot convert that into cash. So goodwill will be the first one here. Here this the goodwill will be the last one. Okay, that is order of permanence and order of liquidity. That is marshalling of items in the balance sheet. Okay, again here two methods of preparing the balance sheet. One is horizontal form. Horizontal form only that we are going to prepare. Okay. Another one, vertical. Vertical form we will use only one page. Here we use two pages, isn't it? Here one page, like a statement it is. Okay, here this horizontal we are going to learn, you know what is that horizontal form. Here first they will write the current assets. Then they will write total current assets. Two column will be there. The total current asset will be in the second column. Okay, then current liabilities. Okay, then total current liabilities they will write. Then add long-term investment. Then they will write the fixed asset. Okay, then they will write the total fixed asset. In that way they will write in one page. Okay, so now we will learn the classification of assets and liabilities. We know that fixed assets we have learned, that is what we are going to learn. First one, classification of assets. You have to do three problems also. Okay, so I am saying once, you should try to understand. Okay, be attentive. The first one, fixed assets. Already we have learned, and I might have explained many times, isn't it? Here, these fixed assets are bought or acquired to use in the business for a long period of time. Okay, for a long period. Maybe we can say more than 1 year or 2 years. Okay, we know the fixed assets, land. Then, land, plant and building, plant and machinery, land and building, plant and machinery. Okay, then motor vehicles, then furniture, fittings, then office equipments. All these we buy and we use in the same organization for the purpose of business activities for a long period of time. Okay, we never buy these assets in order to sell them. Okay, but to use in the organization. Here these fixed assets are again divided into tangible fixed assets and intangible fixed assets. What are tangible fixed assets? These have some physical existence. That means we can see them. Okay, we can see and we can touch. For example, land, we can see and touch, isn't it? Plant, machinery. Okay, then office equipments, motor vehicles, then car, everything we can see and touch. It has some physical existence. But the other one is intangible assets. Some assets are there that we cannot see and touch. They do not have any physical existence. That we can say very easily the goodwill. Isn't it? The good name of the company. Or trademark, then copyrights. Okay, like this they will be in the book they will be given copyright. Then patent right. Okay, if you have invented something, that is patent right. So these assets cannot be seen, but they are also assets by the that the owner or the organizer has earned this assets. So these assets can be sold for amount, money, cash, but we cannot show them. Okay, as we show that tangible fixed assets. Okay, they are the intangible fixed assets. Now the second kind is the current assets. Then what are the current assets? Here the current assets they are in the form of cash, we can say. They are convertible into cash within a short period of time. This one cannot be converted into cash. Okay, short period of time. All the current assets, we can say that cash in hand, cash at bank, then trade receivables, that means the sundry debtors and bills receivable, then closing stock, then prepaid expenses, asset, isn't it? Prepaid expenses, then unearned income, that means income accrued but not yet received, all these, then any investments. Okay, all these are the current assets. Okay, they are convertible into cash within a short period of time, maybe 1 year. Within 1 year we can convert the assets into cash. They are called current assets. Okay, here that closing stock, that is there, but how they will value the closing stock? Okay, they will value either at the cost value, cost price, or the net realizable value. That means simply market price. Which value we can sell, that means market price. Cost price or market price, which is low, whichever is less. If cost price is less than the realizable value, we will value the closing stock into cost price. But if the net realizable value is less, we have to value all the closing stock in this net realizable value, because just to avoid the future loss. Okay, so that is the way, that is the method of valuing the closing stock. Now you might have understood what are fixed assets and what are current assets. Some more assets available that we will learn. Okay, another one, liquid assets. Liquid assets, at the short form of liquidity. Liquidity means what? Convertible into cash. Here, among the current assets, some assets cannot be converted into cash. Okay, they are the prepaid expenses. These expenses we have already paid. This year we do not need to pay, but can we convert this into cash? No. Okay, that is why it is called it will not come under the heading liquid assets. Okay, this cannot be converted into cash. And closing stock. This closing stock is stock goods in the store that we have not yet sold. But this also we cannot predict whether we can convert all the closing stock into cash within this year. We cannot say. It is as per the demand in the market, isn't it? If that the product has more demand, they can convert within even 2 months or 3 months. But if that particular product does not have enough demand in the market, then it will be a stock till 2 or 3 years, isn't it? So these two must be excluded from the current assets. Current asset minus prepaid expenses and closing stock, we will get the liquid assets. Okay, so what all will come? Cash in hand, cash at bank, then bills receivable, then sundry debtors, then short-term investments. Okay, then any accrued income. Okay, accrued income that we can get it, isn't it? That we can write. But prepaid expenses and closing stock must be excluded from the current asset. Then we will get the liquid assets. Okay, then another one, investments. What is this investment? It is one of the current asset only. So we are learning. It is not a investment asset. Okay, it is. We need to learn what is investment. The business organization may invest money outside the organization in the form of share or debentures. Okay, and the debentures or any other securities. Okay, any other securities they can invest. So these are also the current assets. Okay, they are called, we can call them as short-term investment. Okay, and it will be grouped under the current assets. Then another asset is there, wasting asset. The asset will be wasted. How? Especially in mines and quarries. What we do, mines and quarries, we extract the thing, the minerals. We are extracting from the excavation. They are digging and taking. That is called excavation. So at the time of excavation, the asset will get exhausted. It will be that we extracted. When we extract, it get spoiled, and isn't it? So exhausted. It get exhausted. It is no more, isn't it? So they are the wasting assets. Okay, especially in the example is mines and quarries. The another asset, fictitious assets or nominal assets. Fictitious assets or nominal asset. Here there is no asset as such. We cannot show this is an asset. It is not at all an asset, but still we show this one in the balance sheet under the heading assets, because this one, it is we can say it is a kind of expenses. That is a nominal assets, we say. Nominal account itself will come what? Debit all expense and expense, losses, income and gain is called nominal account, isn't it? See, it is an expense that we have spent more, and 1 year we will a portion of that expenses will be used. The remaining expenses will be shown on the asset side, because this expenses show debit balance, isn't it? So we should show on the asset side till we have written off fully. Okay, the remaining balance will be in the asset side. A portion will be written off and it will be written under the it will be written in the profit and loss account. Okay, they are called fictitious assets or nominal assets. Now, what are the liabilities classification? Only two classification. One is that long-term liabilities and short-term liabilities. Okay, this long-term we can say fixed, but we never use this word fixed liabilities. No, long-term liabilities and short-term liabilities. These short-term liabilities can be called as current liabilities. Okay, here this long-term liabilities we can say the capital. Okay, capital, then any long-term borrowings from loans. Okay, then debentures, all these will come under long-term liability. Short-term liabilities, bank overdraft, then sundry creditors, bills payable, then any short-term borrowings will be coming under this short-term or current liabilities. Then outstanding expenses and income received in advance also will be shown under this heading. Okay, then the last one is contingent liabilities. Like fictitious asset, here also we have contingent liabilities. These liabilities at the time of preparation of balance sheet we never show it. Okay, it will not be shown inside the liabilities, but as a footnote. At a note under the balance sheet it will be given. Okay, some that if the bill discounted is dishonored, okay, then they have to pay some amount to the bank. That is one liability. Or if there is a case in the court of law and it is against the firm, then the firm has to pay some amount as compensation, isn't it? So that is also a liability. Then if they have given any guarantee for a person, okay, that if that person has not paid, then they are but the law will ask them to repay the loan. Okay, so that they are the contingent liabilities. Okay, it will not be shown in the liability side of the balance sheet, but it will be shown as the footnote under the balance sheet. Okay, now difference between trial balance and balance sheet. We know trial balance, all the ledger balances, isn't it? Here we show all the assets and liabilities, isn't it? Then why we prepare this trial balance? To check the arithmetic accuracy of the balance sheet. Here to find out the financial position of the business, isn't it? Here it is a summary of all personal, real and nominal accounts, but here only the personal and real account balances are shown, isn't it? Here we have two amount column, debit and credit amount column, but here we have two side, one is asset, another one is liabilities, isn't it? Here this trial balance will be prepared before the final accounts, before the preparation of final accounts, but this one is prepared after the at the end of the final accounts and after the trading and profit and loss account. Okay, then this trial balance can be prepared at any date, maybe monthly or weekly, okay, or fortnightly, 2 weeks in a 2 weeks in a month, twice in a month, okay, or quarterly, halfly, annually they can prepare. But this one, it is prepared only at the end of the financial year. Okay, here it is not prepared in any order. Okay, in any order we can prepare, but there is an order, either liquidity order or permanence order. Okay, then it is not compulsory to prepare a trial balance, but it is compulsory to prepare a balance sheet. Okay, now shall we see the problems? 3 problems are there. Up to 9 we have completed, isn't it? Now 10 we got to do. Okay, 10. Let me read. From the following particulars, prepare balance sheet in the books of Bragadish as on 31st December 2017. So, first your number, then heading. First you have to write in the books of Bragadish. Then balance sheet as on. Okay, there we will write for the year ended. Here we should write as on 31st December 2017. 2 sides. Okay, no date. Okay, here assets, here liabilities, then amount column. Okay, okay, first capital given. For you they will never expect the order. Okay, so you don't wait for the order. What in the order that is given in the problem, you start writing. First item capital, so write where it will come, liabilities. Then debtors. Here they will check whether you have got the answer and you have completed all the items. Okay. So don't try for the here. Okay. Here from capital and drawings we cannot write here. From the capital we have to deduct the drawings. Less drawings. 8,800. 71,200. Sorry students, again we need to add net profit. Okay, net profit is 4,800. Okay, then cash in hand. So this is the, when we write the capital, along with the capital, first you add the net profit, then you deduct the drawings. Okay, because all these adjustments we will learn in the next lesson. That's why I thought it will come there only. Okay, so in the same method only next lesson also we have to do. Now cash in hand 20,000. Then plant 43,200. Add it, we should get the same amount. Got, isn't it? So our calculation is correct. Then next problem 11. Now they will ask you to prepare everything, isn't it? Prepare trading and profit and loss account in the books of Ramasundari for the year ended 31st December 2017 and balance sheet as on that date from the following information. So first write the number. Okay, 11. Then trade, first one, in the books of Ramasundari. Trading and profit and loss account. For the year ending, you write fully. Okay, for the year ending 31st December 2017, because you have 2 pages. Okay, take 2 pages. Okay, this right side, that debtor creditor. Okay, the last end you have to write a debtor. Then here creditor. Here date no need. Okay, here particulars. Here also particulars. Then amount. Okay, rupees. First one, to opening stock. Opening stock 2,500. Next item, purchases. When you write purchases, you have to check whether purchase returns there. Okay, then you have to write in the inner column and add and write here. Okay, here we do not have any returns. So purchases 3,300. Then the direct expenses, wages, the first one, second item, isn't it? Wages 2,700. Then any other expenses given, you check. No, isn't it? Then by sales. So no sales returns. So write the sales amount 7,000. Okay, then by closing stock. Fully you write. Okay, closing stock. Closing stock is given? Not given, isn't it? So leave it there. 7,000. Closing stock is given, isn't it? 4,000. Usually they will not given inside the trial balance. Closing stock will be given outside the trial balance. Okay, that's why I thought. But here it is given inside the along with the other items. So we will write the total amount. Draw like this. Okay. Which side here 11,000, here less. Okay, so we will write this one 11,000. Then to gross profit carry down. Okay, 0 0 8 15 15 plus 5 20 balance 2 4 7 9 9 plus 2 11. Okay, 2,500. Immediately you write this item on the credit side. By gross profit brought down, you write fully. Okay, full name profit brought down 2,500. Now you write the profit and loss items. Okay, profit and loss items. Now salaries only will be coming first, whether you check. Salary is not given, isn't it? So opening stock, wages, closing stock we have written. Now discount received. So right here by is an income, isn't it? So discount received 2,500. Then machinery, now here, isn't it? Creditors, sales, purchases, no. A salary given, isn't it? 2 salaries. That will be the first item. Okay, salary 2,600. Because office and administrative expense only we have to write first. Okay, even if you don't write in order also no problem. Then capital cash at bank, that will come in the balance sheet. So only one item here, here 2 items, 5,000. To net profit transferred to, you write fully. Okay, transferred to capital account 0 0 4 10 balance 1 3 plus 2 5 2,400. Now we will prepare the balance sheet. Here you write balance sheet as on. Okay, 31st December 2017. Okay, then assets rupees, liabilities rupees. Okay, now we will write first one, cash in hand, cash at bank. Here only cash at bank given, isn't it? Cash at bank 6,400. Now come from the beginning. Opening stock we have entered, wages entered. Closing stock will come in 2 places. Okay, in the trading account and in the balance sheet 4,000. Then discount received we have written. Then machinery we have to write asset 52,000. Then creditors this side 8,000. Then sales, purchases entered, salary entered. Now capital. Capital we need to add net profit. Okay, so capital is 52,000. In the inner column you write add net profit. Net profit how much? 2,400. So 54,400. That's all, isn't it? We will add and check. 0 0 4 10 12 6. 0 0 4 12 6. Okay, same amount. So we have got the answer. We can conclude. Okay, then next problem, the 12th problem. 12th one we will do. Okay, so first in the books of dairy, trading and profit and loss account you write fully. Okay, for the year ended 31st March 2018. Okay, creditor, debtor. First item, 2 opening stock. Here you see the stock in this is trial balance model. Okay, so inside the trial balance they will not give the closing stock. Closing stock is outside the balance as an adjustment. Okay, this is the first adjustment in the next lesson. Okay, adjustment for the along with the trade, that's final accounts. Adjustments in the final accounts is the next lesson. So this is the first adjustment. Without learning, now we are doing the problem. Okay, without the closing stock we cannot do the problem. That is why they have given here. Now the stock in the trial balance is called opening stock. How much? 10,000. Okay, then stock, opening stock, then 2 purchases. Purchases here they have given no returns. Okay, so 95,000. Then that direct expenses, only the debit side you see. Freight inward, freight 750. Okay, then wages 27,500. Then that postage office. Okay, leave it, that's all. Then by sales 1,22,500. Then closing stock down given 8,000. Now we will find out the balance. Okay, here 0, 0, 5, 10, 3, 1. 1,30,500. Then 5 plus 5, 10. Balance 1. 6, 13. 13 plus 2, 15. Balance 1. 8. 8 plus 5, 13. 13 plus 7, 20. Balance 2. 4. 4 plus 10, 14. 14. Okay, here we have made the mistake, isn't it? Here more amount may be coming. Okay, we will add and find out. Okay, this amount will be the total. 0, 5, 5 plus 7, 12. Balance 1, 8 plus 5, 13. Balance 1, 11, 13. 13,250. 1,33,250. So by gross loss. Okay, 5 plus 7, 12. Balance 1, 9, 11. 11 plus 2, 13. Okay, balance 1, 3, 1. So okay, 2,750. So 2 gross loss brought down. Okay, 2,750. Now 2 salary. Salary given, expense. Salary not given, isn't it? So don't write. Then you come from freight inward, we have written purchase, drawing, wages, machinery, debtors, postage only given. Okay, postage. Postage 150. Sundry expenses 850. Then rent paid 2,500. Then again net loss. Here nothing, isn't it? So net loss fully 15. Balance 1, 8, 9, 17, 22. Balance 2, 4, 6. 6,250. 6,250. Now we will prepare the balance sheet. Okay, balance sheet as on, you have to write. Okay, assets, liabilities. Okay, rupees. First, cash given. So you write cash 2,500. Then bank 5,000. Then 5 10 word purchase drawings will come this side, isn't it? And wages, then machinery 50,000. 50,000 machinery. Debtors 13,500. Then furniture 17,250. Then closing stock 2 times it will come. Okay, 8,000. Then here first you write capital. Capital how much? 1 lakh. Along with this one, we have to deduct the gross net loss. Net loss 6,250. Okay, again we have to deduct drawings. Drawings how much? 4,500. Okay, now we have written debit side items, this credit side, creditors 5,000. Bills payable 2,000. Then adjustment item we have written 2 times. Now we will add and check. Okay. Okay, correct. Okay, so we have okay, okay students, we have completed this lesson. So you have to prepare well. Okay, prepare and do and see all the problems, and if any questions and answers you have to mark. Okay, already around 50 minutes afterwards it will be difficult for me to load this video. Okay students, best of luck for your exam. Do well. Okay, thank you very much.